Yo guys, welcome to today's video. You most likely clicked on this video because you want to know more about Defira. Well, you came to the right place. Today I will go over the whole project and the team behind it, and I will show you how you can start earning passive income with Defira today. I cannot wait to start, guys. Roll that intro.
With the Fira fam, stay right where you are. This game has more addicts than Pablo Escobar. With the Fira fam, check out this awesome art. Like, subscribe, and let the party start.
You might have guessed it, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research before you invest in any project. So you are interested in Defira. Well, you came to the right place. If you want to invest in Defira and want to keep up to date with all the news and gameplay updates, please subscribe to the channel so we can keep you updated with our daily videos. With that said, this video is going to be a long one, so if you want to know everything there is to know about the projects, please watch it to the end and you will be fully up to date. For your research, it's key to know the history of a project. So let's start with a small history recap of Defira. The first time the name Defira came up was in the official roadmap update from Trank Finance, only 2 months after launching that project. For those who are unfamiliar with Tranquil Finance, I'll give a short recap. Tranquil Finance was the first money market on Harmony, made by the same team as Defira. Trank, the Tranquil Finance token, plays a crucial role in Defira. We will release a video explaining Trank in more detail, but now let's get back to Defira. This is the Defira roadmap for 2022, which looks rather ambitious. The team is doing a great job on keeping up so far. The roadmap talks about creating a game with top-notch DeFi functionality. A money market, liquid staking, and the DEX is what we got so far. Unlike other games, which launches purely a play-to-earn game, the team focused on building user-friendly DeFi tools first, and stated from the beginning that they would not market themselves purely as play-to-earn game. More on that later in this video. Keep in mind that this roadmap and the working DEX were released only 6 weeks after the initial announcement on Trank Finance, which I think is a great achievement from the team to put that together in such a short amount of time. Of course, Defira has been audited by Solidify Finance on the 15th of March. We will leave a link to their report in the description. On the 18th of March, only 3 days later, the team released their first episode of their webtoon. A webtoon is like an online comic book for those who don't know. The goal for this webtoon is to give an extra layer of lore to the Defiraverse and bring in more people. Also, this way you will have a stronger bond with the characters in-game where you interact with to stake or swap tokens. This is a very original idea, and I'm thrilled to see if this reaches its full potential and grows into a Defiraverse franchise. Also around this time, the project started to host their Fira Friday. Every Friday there will be a live stream hosted by Mason and Lesro, 2 team members, and there are prizes to win, and the vibe is really chill. One of the main devs might pop in to drop some juicy alpha. Again guys, we will leave the link to this Twitch channel in the description so you can join. Like this was not enough to engage with the community, the team started a Fanbase mining program. If you want to learn more about this program, check out our latest entry with the link in the description. Here we also explain what Fanbase mining is about and how you can enter to win some juicy prizes. With these marketing and community engagement tools in place, it was time for the next big step, the Genesis Hero Mint. Genesis Heroes are the first heroes ever released in the Defiraverse. There are only 2,000 Genesis Heroes in the game right now made for the Harmony blockchain. A total of 10,000 can exist across different blockchains depending on what blockchain the project wishes to expand to. They were sold in 5 rounds that took place from the 13th of May until the 20th of May. The last round you could win one for free by locking Trank in the Tranquil Finance protocol. The revenue earned from this sale is used to pay for development of the game. Genesis Heroes are very special since they have no restrictions on the amount of new heroes they can produce, so with enough demand these are pretty much money printers. There are 2 important facts about this mint that I would like to share with you. My first point was that the team made a small oversight in the first round. When you locked 50,000 Trank tokens, you could mint a free Genesis hero. However, some people were not able to do this due to a little contract error. The team moved 100 heroes meant for round 4, which was the most expensive round, to a newly created round, where all people who locked 50,000 Trank before round 1 could still mint one for free. They compensated for this handsomely since 25 heroes were left, So everyone that missed out in round 1 had a guaranteed chance of minting one now. This was of course very costly for the project, since heroes sold in round 4 would bring in a lot of money to develop the project, but the team nevertheless decided to give them away for free to the people who supported them early on. I think that is a great example of how much the team cares about its community. Secondly, the team burned half their revenue from the hero sale. This was a great gesture towards the community. The Luna crash was just behind us, and this move showed us that the team actually cares about their investors. A total of 311,000 Fira was burned with a dollar value at the time of $330,000. This shows that the team really cares about their investors. Let's go over the team. First off is 0x Yamsha. He is the lead developer. A former software engineer with over 10 years of experience and a background in security and authentication. He is a hobbyist and former professional game developer with credits in Dragon Age 3. Next up is our backend developer 0x Krillin. He has 10 years of experience as a software engineer and a background in cloud systems. If you want to see more of Krillin, he spoke on the Harmony 1 event. We will leave a link to that video in the description. Third up is 0x Goten. He is our smart contract developer. He also has 10 years of experience and a background in cryptography. Last but not least, we have 0x Corin. He also has 10 years of experience as a software engineer with a background in products and enterprise systems. These 4 legends form the core team of Defira. Of course, the developers cannot do this alone. They have a strong community team consisting of Bulma, Lesro, Mason the Guy, Kongmin and Karen. I want to give a special shout out to Mason and Karen, who instantly responded on my request to have more information on the team. That was awesome. Thank you a lot, guys. And of course, what would a project be without a good moderation team? Thank you Sai, Rising Sun, Pro, Kurt Hokage, Umber and Porous Man in Crypto for doing an awesome job. Last up, we have the R team, led by Bulma and Karen. Well, as you can see, this is a big R team. I will not mention all their names since this video will be long enough as it is, but these guys are doing a great job. And that concludes the history recap for Defira. Let's dive into tokenomics. Fira will have a hard cap of 1 billion tokens. 100 million of these tokens are already minted for use on the Harmony chain. With expansion to other blockchains on the horizon, it's fair to assume that every chain will have a hard cap of 100 million tokens. 50% is allocated for incentives, for example, liquidity farming, Fanbase mining, and gameplay rewards. 22% of the tokens will be allocated to the team, with a 2-year linear vesting. This means the team will be unlocking these tokens over the course of the next 2 years. 15% is put in the treasury. This money will be used for infrastructure, support staff, and contractors. 5% is put away for marketing expenses, and 8% is going to research and development. Cross-chain expansion is when a project expands to a different blockchain. Defira was built on Harmony at first, but will soon expand to the Kronos chain, and more chains will come in the future. With that stuff being said, let's dive into fun stuff, the game Defira. With the game still being developed, there's still a lot more gameplay to come. The first thing you could do in Defira was swap tokens and putting liquidity in the farm. Personally, I'm a big fan of yield farming, but be careful, you might hurt your back carrying those bags of yield to the bank, since the APRs are very juicy. Let's start our adventure in Defira at the farm. I personally love the farm, been there since day 1 and it's still getting me really nice rewards every day, and I'd love to share this with you guys. And welcome to the game, guys. I really love the graphics. I think the art team on their side did a great job. This city is called Harmonia, and you can find it exclusively on the Harmony blockchain. In the bottom left, you can find the farms. This is where you can provide liquidity pool tokens, better known as LP tokens. You, as a liquidity provider, supply 2 tokens of your choice from this list, and get a small cut of every transaction between the tokens you paired. The amount of fees you received are based on the percentage of the pool you own. Also, as an extra added incentive bonus for using your asset, the team added a heavy APR on top of the pairs you provided. You can start doing this with any amount of money, but the most important thing you have to know is impermanent loss. However, I don't want to send you to the farms unprepared, so I'm going to try to explain impermanent loss the best way I can in the short amount of time. Wish me luck. Impermanent loss is the money you will lose if one out of your 2 combined tokens outperforms the other. LP tokens are always balanced 50-50 based on their dollar value, and will keep updating themselves to stay this way. This means that if one out of your 2 tokens is pumping, your LP will sell the pumping coin to buy more of the second coin. I made a quick example to explain this. On this sheet, you see what happens when you invest $100 and simply hold the coins. If the initial prices of Fira and 1 are $1 and $1.04, you can buy 50 Fira and 1251. When the future price of Fira will go to $5 and 1 stays at 4 cents, you will still have 50 Fira worth $250 and 1251 worth $50, giving you a total of $300. On the second sheet, we will see what happens when you start investing $100 into providing liquidity. The initial prices stay the same, so you start with 50 Fira and 1251. But what happens when the price of Fira goes to $5 and the price of 1 stays at 4 cents? Your LP will start selling Fira to buy more 1, which leaves you with only 22 Fira and 2795 1 and a total dollar value of $223.6. This brings us to the following conclusion. Just holding would have gotten you $300, while providing liquidity nets you $223, which means you made $76 in permanent loss. Remember that you would have gotten a lot of interest during the time this pump happens, so you might have gained it back in interest. I hope this helps you guys understand impermanent loss a little bit better. I will leave an impermanent loss calculator in the description so you can play around with it. Make sure you understand this before providing liquidity. There are already some great guides on YouTube about this subject. Now that we know what impermanent loss is, let's go back to the farm. At a first glance, you might think these interest rates are insane. Well, you're not wrong, but there's something you must know. When you hover over the APR, you can see how those rewards are built up. You can see the distribution of rewards between Fira, Trank, sFira and trading. Trank and Fira are liquid rewards, meaning you can sell them straight away. Trading is the rewards you get that was taken from transaction fees between your pair. sFira accounts for the biggest amount of rewards. sFira is a sealed version of the Fira token, which you cannot sell and you cannot transfer it out of your wallet in any way. So you might think, why do I want sFira? Well, there are 2 things you can do with it right now. Let's dive into it. The first thing you can do with your sFira is unseal them at the Enchantress, who is located outside of the temple. Here, you can unseal your sFira by staking them. This process will take a full year to complete. However, you can speed this up by playing the game. Later in this video, we will dive deeper in how this works. The other, more lucrative way is to stake your sFira. I believe Defira is one of the only projects that offers returns on their locked tokens. Here, you can stake your sFira to receive more sFira. In the future, sFira will be used for several game mechanics. The game hinted towards a system where you have to stake a certain amount of sFira in order to equip the best items in the game. Also, the team will release loot boxes, which can be purchased using sFira. This way you can transfer your sFira into game NFTs, which you can then sell on the marketplace to extract value out of your locked Fira or gain cool in-game items. Now that you know everything about the possible rewards you can earn in the farm, let's dive deeper in how you can put your money to work. First, you have to select an LP pair you think will outperform the others. There are 3 different kinds of risk levels, and I want to take you through all of them. Let's start off with the high risk, high reward pair, Fira Trank. This pair is fully dependent on the success of the project, which means if things go well, you will earn a lot of money. But if things go south, you will lose way more than in the other pairs. Then there are 2 medium risk tokens, which are half project dependent pairs, like Fira 1 and Trank 1. Since you keep half of your tokens in the relatively safe blockchain token 1, you have less exposure to the higher risk project tokens. And last but not least, there's the 1 USDC 1 pair, which is the lowest risk pair. You do not have to buy Fira or Trank to set up this LP, so the only exposure you have to the project will be the rewards gained from this pool. Now that you know everything you need to know about the LP pairs, let's start an example where we invest 101 into the Fira 1 pair and show you every step of the way. So for our example, we're going to provide 101 tokens worth of liquidity to the 1 Fira pair. To start off, we go to the market. When you enter the market, on the top left you will find the coin changer. Here, we swap 51 for Fira tokens. Fill in 51 and hit swap.
Accept the transaction and you will have 51 swapped into Fira. When the transaction is completed, you can leave the coin changer and go over to the supplier, hit Add in the top right and select the pair you want to provide liquidity in. In our case, 1 Fira. Select another 51, you can change, and then you will see we do not have enough Fira. This happens sometimes because of slipperage and price changes, so we just hit the max amount of Fira. Then approve the contract. When you accepted the contract, you can now supply, which will show you the amount of LP tokens you will receive. Confirm the supply and complete the transaction to make your LP tokens. With this transaction completed, you created your first LP tokens. Congratulations! Now it's time to put them to work. If you forget this step, you will not receive that juicy APR. Let's head over back to the farms where you can deposit your LP tokens. Back at the farm, select the pair you provide liquidity in, Fira 1 in our example. You will see 3 boxes with the available amount you provided as liquidity here. Hit the deposit button, hit the available to deposit amount, and approve the transaction. When the transaction went through and you approve the contract, you can deposit your LP tokens in the farm. Hit deposit and accept the transaction in MetaMask. When this transaction is completed, you will see the amount of dollars you have in the middle of the screen. By hovering this, you can see how many Fira and how many 1 tokens are currently gaining this interest for you. Also, on the right, you can see the amount of rewards you can harvest.
Congratulations guys, you are now earning passive income with your 1 in Fira. But that's not where this ends. You can use your rewards to gain even more passive income. Let's dive in those strategies.
The Fira you harvest, you can stake it at the guard. Click the guard, scroll down, and you will see your available Fira you harvested here, and you can stake it to receive almost 450% APR, which will be paid out in sFira. You will also receive Trank rewards from this farm. At Tranquil Finance, you can lock your Trank for a juicy APR which will be paid out in these coins you see on screen right now. This is a great way to reinvest your Trank. Don't forget guys, most of your rewards will be paid in sFira. At the temple, click the Enchantress and choose if you want to unseal or stake your sFira to gain more sFira. The most important thing is to never let your tokens sit by idle and always have them farm more rewards for you. The second thing you can do with your rewards from the farm is compound them. As you can see, we already gained a little reward from this pair, and for the sake of this video, let's harvest them to show you what we can do with it afterward. Hit harvest, collect the rewards and accept the transaction. Once that transaction is completed, we go back to the marketplace where we can swap the rewards. Hit the coin changer, and since you got a little Trank now, swap the Trank you got for Fira. Approve Trank and accept the transaction afterwards to complete the swap. When this transaction is completed, change the top pair to Fira and the bottom pair to 1, since we'll be breaking it again. Hit 50% to automatically take half of your Fira to swap it to 1 and hit swap to confirm the transaction. When this transaction is completed, leave the coin changer and hit up the supplier again. Since we already created the first pair, you can just click Manage and add your new funds as LP tokens. Hit the maximum amount of Fira and supply the tokens. The last step is to go back to the farms, as you probably guessed, to deposit your newly minted LP tokens. Hit the farmer, hit the pair, deposit the amount of LP tokens you just made, and confirm the transaction to gain compounding interest on your interest. When you do the second strategy and the project does well, you can make an insane return on this investment, because the 970% APR will be multiplied by doing this as often as you can. Keep compounding those rewards daily and you will see crazy returns on your investment. And that concludes the farm part of this video. Let's dive into more juicy stuff, the heroes and what you can actually do with them in the game. Heroes are at the core of the Fira's gameplay. There are several things you can do with heroes. For example, you create a party of them and venture on a quest, or put your heroes to work on the several jobs the game provides you to earn Trank, Fira or other in-game items as rewards. Also, if you have 2 heroes, you can start wishing for new heroes. Heroes come in 5 classes of rarities. On screen you can see the different rarities of every hero. From left to right we have the C tier, the B tier, the A tier, the S tier and the SS tier, with C being the most common and SS being the highest rarity card. As you can tell, the rarer the card gets, the more epic the card border becomes. But that's not the only benefit they have. The higher rarity a hero will have, the higher its base stats will be compared to its more common counterparts. You can tell rarity by a small trick. You see the C tier only has 1 dragon head and the SS tier has 5 dragon heads. Just count the dragon heads if you're not sure about the rarity of a card. On screen now we compare a C tier to an SS tier. The left we have a Zaru warrior which has an attack bonus. Its attack is 132. On the right we have a SS tier card which has a specialization in speed. Its base speed roll is 196. You see a huge difference here, so it really pays to get the SS tier cards. However, rarity is not the only thing that influences stats. There are also different generations of heroes. Let's talk about generations. The first heroes in the game were Generation 0. When you wish with 2 Generation 0 heroes, you will get a Generation 1 hero. From this point on, whenever you wish with 2 heroes of the same generation, you always receive 1 offspring in the next generation. You cannot advance a generation when combining 2 unequal heroes, for example a Gen 1 and a Gen 3 hero. The outcome of this wish will be a Gen 3 hero, not a Gen 4. The higher the generation of your hero, the higher his base stats will be. So, a Generation 9 will be the most powerful hero in the game. That was all for generations. Let's dive deeper into wishing. Let's talk a bit about wishing. When you have 2 heroes, you can pay a visit to Sir Lucius. He can be found inside the temple. By selecting your 2 heroes, you can let them breed a new hero. In the Fira, we call this wishing. Things to know before you start wishing. Hero genes play a crucial role in wishing. On screen, you can see the class race combinations that are the strongest. From left to right, you want to create heroes that have the right class, race and sex. For example, a female elf rogue. They have bonuses that ensure the best stats possible for their class. You want to wish with heroes that are as close to perfect as possible. Since the outcome of the ritual is not guaranteed, you want to limit your chances of getting lesser rolls. For example, wishing with 2 perfect roll heroes will increase the chances of the offspring being a perfect roll as well. If you want to see some wishing in action, we post daily videos of our wishing progress. You can see some random stuff happening there. And our reactions to getting trolled or getting some juicy good loot. Hero rarity is also included in the hero genes, so wishing with a higher rarity hero increases the chance of their offspring being a higher rarity as well. When you have 2 heroes you want to wish with, visit the temple. Go to the inner temple and talk to the seer. On the top right you can click Mint Wish to open this interface. Here you can select the 2 heroes you want to wish with. Click one hero, select hero, click the other hero and scroll down to select this hero. Here you will see the cost in Fira and Trank. This cost will go up exponentially after each wish, but we will get back to that later. For now, you just approve both contracts. After approving both contracts, you can mint your wish. Keep in mind that the Fira and Trank paid for this wish will be fully burned. That means if enough people wish, Trank and Fira will become deflationary, and this can have insane price effects for Trank and Fira. When you're ready, click Mint Wish to create a wishing stone. After burning the Trank and Fira, you will receive a wishing stone. This wishing stone can be sold on the market or be opened to reveal the hero inside. If you want to see the hero inside of the wishing stone, click on the seer and approve the contract to open the wishing stone. Remember guys, you only have to approve these contracts once every contract, so you don't have to do this every time. After approving the contract, you can start the ritual. Starting the ritual will start a 900-second timer. The team implemented this for good reasons. If there would be no timer, the wisher could reverse the transaction if the result is not to their liking, and just for free do another wish until they get that juicy SS hero. I'm glad the team thought about this and implemented the timer so the transactions could not be reverted. When the countdown is over, you can finally finish your ritual. Press finish ritual and complete the transaction to review your hero. And here you can see the wishing ritual live in action. Let's see what we get. We use 2 common heroes to summon this B rarity hero. Remember guys, you can get all rarities when combining 2 common heroes. When you minted your fresh heroes, it's time to check them out.
All your heroes will be stored in the hero hall on the left side of the city. You can click the heroic tome to open the following options: My Heroes, Look Up Heroes, Transfer Heroes, Buy Heroes, and Sell Heroes. When you click My Heroes, you can see all the heroes you currently have. You can click any hero to have them displayed here and click on the top of the card to see their stats. When you click Buy Heroes, you will see an overview of all the heroes other people have put up for sale. Here you can tell the rarity, the race, the class, the generation of the hero, the amount of wishes left, and of course the price in Fira. Here you can also transfer heroes. Just click Transfer Hero, click the hero you want to transfer, copy the address in here and transfer the hero. Just be careful guys, do not send your heroes just to anyone, only to people you trust, because you could get scammed this way. If you want to sell your heroes, you can just click Sell Heroes, select the card you want to sell, put in the price here and click on Create New Listing. It will be sold as soon as another player bought it from you. In the future you will be able to upgrade your hero hall with different cosmetic NFTs. This will spice up your hero hall and I think it will be a great place to showcase your heroes. On screen now you see the wishing cost per hero. As you can tell, Gen 0 has unlimited wishes and is very cheap to wish with. Gen 1 has 8 wishes and will be a little bit more expensive. Gen 2 has 7 wishes and becomes even more expensive. All the way up to Generation 8, where you only have one very expensive wish left. What you can also see is that the first wish is by far the cheapest. The second wish you make with the same hero becomes 3 times more expensive, and this keeps continuing all the way to the last wish of your generation. However, there is a way to reduce this wishing cost. This is called Ascension. Let's dive into that. Hero Ascension. Heroes in the Fira will all be born as an Ascension level 1. The highest level you can reach with Ascension is level 5. However, the Ascension level is kept at the generation of your hero. For example, your Generation 3 hero can reach an Ascension level of 3 but not 5. The lowest generation that can fully ascend is Generation 5. Ascending your heroes will affect their stats, their visuals, and will decrease the amount of strength and Fira you have to pay for wishing. On screen we show you some examples of the female elf who is fully ascended. The great thing about Ascension is how the team made it into a hero deflationary mechanic. Controlling the supply of heroes is crucial for the price of heroes in the long run. This is why, in order to ascend your heroes, you need to burn heroes with the same class and race. Burning these heroes will grant you a soul gem, which you can use to ascend your heroes to the next level. This is a unique mechanic in crypto gaming and I think that will have a huge positive effect on hero prices. You can also send your heroes on a quest to earn rewards. Create a party of 5 heroes and venture into the magic caves. We made a detailed video about this and we will leave the link for you down in the description. You can also put your heroes to work at certain jobs. You have Magical Attunement, where your hero helps unsealing sFira. You have Guard Duty, where your heroes help guarding the bank to earn Trank and Fira rewards. Then you have Fruit Picking, which gives you useful items to use in-game, and there is Monster Slaying, to get other cool in-game items. Every hero has 6 basic stats: Attack, Defense, Dexterity, Speed, Magic, and Resistance. Depending on the class of your hero, some stats are more important than others. For example, a Knight is better off having a high defense, while a Priest is better off having a high resistance. The race also plays a role in what bonuses you get. The end goal for the Fira is to create a metaverse with different minigames and a big overlaying 4X game mode. 4X games are called this way because of their 4 elements. Explore means players send scouts across a map to reveal surrounding territories. Expand stands for players that claim new territory by creating new settlements or sometimes by extending the influence of existing settlements. Exploit means players gather and use resources in areas they control and improve the efficiency in which they use those resources. The last X stands for Exterminate, which means that in order to increase your influence in the Defiraverse, you'll be able to attack and eliminate rival players. Like we said in the beginning of this video, the game does not market itself as play to earn, since this system is not sustainable in the long run. New money has to flow in all the time, and even the biggest games around can't seem to pull that off. Instead, the team is focusing on creating a game that is actually enjoyable to play, which is a big downside to most play-to-earn games. They are simply not enjoyable. Even worse, the game can't be enjoyable and still be play-to-earn,
I mean, why would you pay for someone to grind for you? That you would only do that if the grind is really boring. If you enjoy the game, however, you will have no problem spending a little money on it. Most of the Fira and Trank spent in the game will be burned, with the end goal of making both tokens deflationary. Your heroes will play a crucial role in this game mode. They will be the mayor of settlements or the generals of your army. However, buying a hero might not be needed to enjoy this game mode. The team is planning to release basic heroes for everyone to play with. These heroes won't be as powerful as the wished heroes, but this gives players of every budget a chance to join the game.
Congratulations guys, you made it to the end of the video. You're now fully up to date on everything Defira related. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and we will be happy to help you out. Also, if you're going to invest in Defira and want to join the largest community, check out the Defira fam. We're very active and we would love to have you guys. The link to our Discord channel will be in the description below. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, leave us a like. We would really appreciate that. With all that being said, enjoy the rest of your day and we'll see you around at the Fira first. Later guys!
Give me Fira, papi!